Well, I basically, in addition to learning even more about acting in the business, because I believe that you train till you die, I never believe in the philosophy, oh, I've taken 4 classes, so I'm done. I don't have to take any more. It's really important to see why people take classes and to watch them, and I'm a people watcher. So when I go to these workshops, in addition to learning what the instructor has to say and hoping I'm going to be able to take more of that back to my talent with things that I've learned that I didn't know before the workshop, I look at the talent, I watch if they're passionate about what's going on. Are they listening to the instructor, or are they sending text messages to their friends? Are they taking notes? Are they really paying attention to what's going on? Are they being open-minded when an actor, a new actor or a seasoned actor is asked to get up on stage and do something? If they're critiqued, I like to see what their attitude is. If the attitude is like, "Ah, well, so-and-so said it was okay," or well, I think it's good, I kind of shy away from my interest in them. When somebody's critiqued and they go, really, may I do that again and try that again? I love seeing that, because when I see a talent that has been corrected, especially in a room full of people, and it shows, number one, they can accept rejection, when they have a positive attitude and they're smiling and saying, can I do that again and I'll try it again, that shows that they care about their craft, and it shows that they want to learn more and they don't think they know it all. And I think that's one of the problems in this industry, why so many actors get tagged as being stuck up and they think they know it all, because in this industry, when you're around showbiz people and when you're on camera and when you're auditioning, you get to the point of thinking, I'm really good, I'm really the greatest. And that rubs off and people see that. And a lot of times it's not an attractive thing, because you may be the greatest at some things, but when people see that you think that you're great, it's not always such a great thing. Then you need to be great, and they need to see that and come to you and say, that was a great performance. And you modestly say thank you, rather than, I know. Because it may get you somewhere in the beginning, but down the road, people don't want to work with people that know it all. They want to work with people that are like sponges, and they learn and they have knowledge and they enjoy the experience and they enjoy the journey along the way, because that's what it's all about, the journey. I represent both. I represent musicians, composers, comedians. So I represent them all. Well, I've had some bizarre talent show up at my office looking for representation. Actually, something happened the other day, which was quite interesting at the Actors Fest. I'd had a lot of people come up to me when they found out that I was an agent, giving me their headshots. And a gentleman walked up to me with a 8x10 nude picture of him with a cowboy hat covering his private parts. And I thought it was a joke. And I said, yes. And he says, I'm looking for representation. And I turned the headshot over, whatever what you want to call it. And I said, well, what do you want me to do with this? He said, well, I'm looking for representation. And I said, you must be a comedian. He said, no, I'm not. Why do you ask? And I was kind of taken aback by that, because I've had people email me before and send pictures that really shouldn't be sent out, asking for representation. But I was kind of stunned at that happening, and I said, well, what would make you think I was going to represent you? And he said, well, you look surprised. And I said, well, I kind of am surprised. He said, well, this is the way we do it out in L.A. And I'm just glad that's the first and hopefully the only time I'll ever experience that. But that was kind of awkward for me, because I guess he was really serious looking for representation, and I gave him a piece of advice that with that head/body shot, he wasn't going to get much representation unless it was going to be the wrong one. So that was kind of awkward. I did have one really fun, interesting interview with a gentleman by the name of Tom Lester. He used to be Ebb on Green Acres, and I met him at a function, and he heard about my agency and about my reputation for being passionate about my talent, and he asked for representation. And I was very amazed that someone with so many years of talent and so many years of experience, hundreds of commercials and movies, 23 sitcoms, he didn't have a resume, and he didn't have a headshot. And he said to me, well, I want you to represent me because I'm going to resurrect my career. So it's been really interesting with Tom getting a reel. Didn't have a video camera, so I got him one and got that sent to him, and he's learning how to use that. At the age of 71, I think it's great that he's getting back in the business and that he wants to pursue his passions all over again, and to see that drive in him, I think it was really interesting. So that was a really exciting meeting, because I was expecting someone with that many years of experience to have all the tools, the reel and the headshot and resume, and he didn't. And it was kind of neat going through that process. So that was a fun interview. Well, I'm a card sender. That I always said on my tombstone, I'll say the person that cared enough to send the very best. I do send cards. I do send letters. I do send emails. I keep in contact with my friends, either just to say hi, or most of the time it's to see what's happening in the business and if they've heard of any great projects that are coming about that I could get in on firsthand before they're released to the public. So I do that. When I come out to LA, I do meet up with them. I have a meetup every time I come with all my talent and the industry professionals that I deal with, just to talk about the business, for them to see my talent. I never go anywhere without my talent book, because I never know who I'm going to meet and who I'm going to talk to about the industry. So I make sure to stay in contact with them, because I never want them to think that I'm off the radar and not in the biz or not interested. I want them to know that I'm always on call, basically, with my phones and my email. It's very important to me. I would prefer to do it face-to-face than doing the email, but since in this day and age with times and not enough hours in a day, email has to be the source. But I do always stay in touch with them, and like I said, I do respond immediately to their emails so that they can feel like they are important and that I am listening to them and what they have to say, because nothing is worse to get a notice of a casting or some event that's coming up and then not to respond immediately and to find out about it later and not be a part of it. So I'm real big on response, and I'm the same way with the talent as I am with friends and business associates.